Right, it's taken me a bit longer to get around to doing this one than planned because I haven't exactly been feeling great, but here we go, Combat Patrol issue number 25. Now, what we're looking at here is a paint issue with some shading paints, which is kind of pretty good. That I don't have this shading paint, oddly enough. Actually, it's one that I don't have, and I'm really pleased to actually finally have hold of. And Nuln Oil, which you will find that when you start painting, Nuln Oil is a fantastic paint that you use a lot of. So even though I've got Nuln Oil, I tend to go through it quite quickly. But before we start looking at the paintbrush and paints, I'm just going to kind of have a look at the issue itself. So, new paints, which means that if you're following the painting techniques actually in the magazines, it's going to mean that you are going to be covering the purple on the Tyranids to add a bit of depth and tone, and on the ultramarines in particular, you're going to be adding Nuln Oil to kind of darken the blue in certain areas, basically create shadows. The way I'm going to do it is, because I've done a palette swap, is of course I'm going to apply that Carroburg to my Emperor's Sons on the purple part, and the Nuln Oil to certain parts of the bone colour to create a bit of shading. So you'll see how I'm doing it as we go through. On top of that, it's going to be quite a significant amount of painting to be done with these two shades, because as you can see, they go almost everywhere and anywhere. It's really kind of pushing the colours. Now, one thing that I am curious about is, here we go, how they actually apply it to the Eldari models. So far, because they're doing red for the actual Eldari, a lot of the kind of the shading is going to be on the cloak and on the helmet. However, because I have done a palette change on my Eldari and I'm doing Craftworld Ulthway, I'm actually going to do a lot more shading on my Eldari than I am. So I'm actually going to have to probably break this down into quite a few different videos for the painting videos. I'm going to have to probably do the Emperor's Sons chapter. I'm going to have to do the Tyranids, and then I'm going to have to do the Eldari all differently. So I'm probably going to have to create 3 painting videos this time round. Okay, now, you can see some, you'll see what a massive difference a bit of shading is going to make to these guys. I'm really looking forward to doing this at the moment. I think it's really going to help the models pop and look a lot better on the battlefield. We have, some pretty cool stuff about the Simhan craft world. The Eldari Pantheon, nice little battle there between Slaanesh and the Eldari Harlequins, who, if you understood any lore about Warhammer, both in the fantasy settings and the sci-fi settings, what you actually got is Slaanesh and Eldari or elves always seem to be in massive conflict because Slaanesh loves the taste of their souls. So he's finding a bit of stuff out. Wow, there's some pretty cool one here, like things like the Phoenix Lords, the Ykarne. Ooh, that's a cool thing, isn't it? That's very cool. It's kind of very, it's like obviously almost like an Eldari demon. This, however, is an Eldari demon. It's a beautiful thing, the avatar of the bloody-handed god, the avatar of Cain, which I really love the idea of. Abilities within the play area, that's obviously very building up basically your playing, understanding how the game works. I just haven't had time yet to actually play the actual scenarios, and I'm really behind now, and I need to get myself busy on those. Right, so there's some quite cool stuff in here, and in particular, this is about shading, the painting side of the issue. It's going to be 3 different videos minimum, I think, to actually show how I'm doing shading on my Emperor's Son Space Marines, my Tyranid, which I haven't decided on a name for yet, and my Eldari using Craftworld Ulthway. So it's actually going to be quite an interesting set of tutorials that I'm doing this time round. So hopefully I'll start my painting tutorial as quickly as possible, because I'm really want to get this guy built and painted as well, which is going to take quite a bit of doing. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Oh no, wait, what am I doing? I'm shooting too far forward. The actual dang paints themselves and the brush, right? You get a shading brush, a medium shading brush. Shading brushes are great for holding a lot of the shading paint on the brush for when you're actually layering and trying to push it into the shadows. One of my biggest problems is I don't like using synthetic brushes for non-metallics because I personally find it stains the brush. So I think I do have a non-synthetic shading brush somewhere, which I'll probably use. If not, I don't really want to use this because it's going to stain them. What I do, you see, is sometimes I make metallic shades by very thinning them out basically and turn them into a wash. So what I'll probably do at some point is I'll show you how I do that if I'm ever creating a very metallic force at some point. So we've got Carroburg Crimson and Nuln Oil. This is a beautiful kind of shader for any purples, but it will shade any flesh colours or bone colours quite nicely. And of course Nuln Oil just for black shadows. So, you know, I am actually going to transfer these into dropper bottles. It's something that I would advise is things like shades and contrast paints transfer into dropper bottles. You can get like hundreds of them on Amazon dirt cheap. So there we go, that's our issue number 25. As I said, I'm going to got quite a few tutorials up and coming on how to paint these. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you for the how to paint videos.